In this tutorial, you will learn all the basic stitches. If you know nothing about crochet, watch the first video for an overview. With practice, you should be able to read and create basic patterns such as amigurumi. I'll be placing the terms on the upper left corner of this video and symbols on the upper right corner. Grab your yarn and crochet hook. Let's go! How to hold yarn. Pick up yarn tail with your dominant hand. I'm right-handed. Then, with the pinky of your other hand, wrap the yarn around. Bring the yarn behind your fingers. Rest it on your index finger. Finally, hold the yarn with your thumb and middle finger. These fingers will be used to grip onto your work while the index finger is controlling tension. Now, with your other hand, hold the middle of the crochet hook with your thumb and index finger. Wrap the other fingers around the handle of the crochet hook. This position will give support and fluidity as you work. All projects start either from a magic ring or slip knot. A magic ring, which is less commonly used, is for crocheting around a circle. I've included that in the next video for advanced stitches. The other method, which I tend to use more often, is to create a foundation chain. You could also make a short foundation chain and close it to form a tight circle as an alternative to the magic ring. For the purpose of this exercise, we are going to test out stitches in a panel, which means you have to turn your work between rows as opposed to crocheting in a round, which you do not. Start with a loose knot. Just make one intuitively with your fingers. Insert hook and remove slack. Next, yarn over and bring through loop. To yarn over is grabbing yarn from a clockwise motion onto the hook. This is your first chain. Repeat yarn over and bring through loop 16 times so that we have 16 chains. Use your thumb and middle finger to reposition the work as you crochet along. Now our chain is done. Make one turning chain, which does not count as a stitch here. This is to level the yarn vertically as you move into the next row, which is the single crochet row. Insert hook into the back bump of the foundation chain. You could also do it in the front, but I find that working into the back bumps make the final result look cleaner. Pull the yarn through. Now you have 2 loops on hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. One single crochet is done. Carry on the rest of row. Insert hook into next stitch. Pull through. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Now count that you have 16 stitches. We are going to repeat single crochets in the next row. Make one turning chain. Turn your work. Insert hook into the next stitch. This time into the top 2 loops. Pull through one loop. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Repeat the next stitch. Insert hook into top 2 loops. Pull through one loop. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Complete the set until the end. For the next row, we'll be making a half double crochet. First, we will need 2 chains since a half double crochet is taller than a single crochet. Note that turning chains may or may not count as stitches for single crochet but count as stitches for half double crochet, double crochet, treble, and so on. Turn the work. Yarn over and keep 2 loops on hook. In the next stitch, insert hook and pull through loop. Now you should have 3 loops on hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. 1 half double crochet is done. Continue in the next stitch. Yarn over and keep 2 loops on hook. Insert hook and pull through loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Finish the row. Now we will move on to double crochet. Make 3 chains because double crochet is taller than a half double crochet. Turn the work. Yarn over and keep 2 loops on hook. Insert yarn into next stitch. Pull through. This time, yarn over and pull through only 2 loops on hook. Yarn over again and pull through the final 2 loops. This is 1 double crochet. It's an extra step from a half double crochet. Let's try this again. Yarn over and keep 2 loops on hook. Insert yarn into next stitch and pull through. Yarn over and pull through only 2 loops on hook. Yarn over again and pull through the final 2 loops. Finish the row. Now we will try the treble crochet. Make 4 chains because the treble crochet is taller than the double crochet. Turn the work. To start with 1 treble, yarn over and yarn over again, which is to yarn over 2 times. Then insert hook into next stitch and pull through loop. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Finally, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Let's try this again. Yarn over 2 times. Then insert hook into next stitch and pull through loop. Then yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Finally, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Finish the row. In the next row, we will try the double treble crochet. Make 5 chains and turn your work. This time, we will yarn over 3 times. For hint, you could look at the middle strokes of the crochet symbol. Insert hook into next stitch. Pull through loop. Then yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Finally, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Let's try this again. Yarn over 3 times. Insert hook into next stitch, pull through loop. Then yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Finally, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Finish the row. Now let's spice things up.
Add spice.
Chain 3 and turn. In the next row, skip 1 stitch. Then make 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Repeat, skip 2 stitches and make 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Continue this set a couple more times. Now let's undo it together. This is also known as frogging, which is to unravel your stitches in case you make a mistake or do not like your work. For the next activity, we shall make reduction stitches. This could be applied on any of the stitches you have just learned, which comes in a repeated set. For example, this is a single crochet 2 together. Insert hook into stitch and pull through. Keep loops on hook. Insert hook into next stitch and pull through. Finally, yarn over and pull through all loops. This should reduce the 2 stitches into 1 single stitch. Let's try this with a double crochet 3 together. Yarn over and insert hook into next stitch. Pull through yarn. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. But this time, instead of completing the double crochet, we shall keep the final loops on hook and continue creating the next double crochet in exactly the same way. Yarn over and insert hook into stitch. Yarn over and pull through yarn. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Keep final loops on hook and continue creating 1 more double crochet. Finally, to combine all last steps into a single stitch, yarn over and pull through all loops. Frog your work. The last thing I will teach you is the slip stitch. This is mainly used for connecting front of row to the back of row if you're making something 3-dimensional, or you could also use it to shift the next row to the left. Insert hook into stitch where you are connecting. Then pull through yarn. Continue pulling yarn through the only loop on hook. This is all for now. Watch the next video for advanced stitches. Check out the shop link below, like and follow for more. One Bliss!